Good morning, those who have joined, those who are ready for the today's session. As usual, today also it's a very important session because every chapter in 11th class is very important and it is the gateway to the 12th class. And together, 11th and 12th, you can face any competitive examination. So that's why 11th and 12th are very important classes for most of the professional courses, right? So today's topic of discussion is again valence bond theory, VBT. So in our previous session, that is yesterday, we learnt salient features, meaning, okay, and how pi bond forms, how sigma bond forms, and which bond is a strong bond, which is called as the positive overlap, which is called as the negative overlap, and which one is called as a zero overlap, and what is meant by first overlap. So all these we made clear. So with that knowledge, today we will proceed to another interesting topic of valence bond theory, that is called hybridization. So before we go into the hybridization, let us look into the biological part of the hybridization. So please see hybrid variety of tomato. So you please compare in the market normal tomato with the hybrid or tomato. So hybrid tomatoes are better. So thick skin, easy to cut, okay, and less sore, and durability is more. In one day it will not spoil. You can store it for 1 day, 2 day, 3 days, and they are bigger in size, and seeds are small in size inside. So all these are plus points of a tomato when we convert normal tomato into a hybrid tomato. This we learn in the biotechnology, agriculture, and the horticulture department, where they tell you exactly how to do, including the grafting. So all those techniques we learn in the higher class, maybe graduation or the post graduation, right? So just have a look on this slide about the hybrid variety of tomato. Now please see this one. Hybrid variety of badanekai, brinjal. Hmm? Earlier we used to have small size, round shape, with a lot of thorns. So all those normal, what we say in our normal North Karnataka language, Javari. Hmm? Now this is hybrid. So people say that hybrid variety is not good. Javari or the original one is very tasty. So maybe due to some changes we make to the plants and the fruits, vegetables, maybe certain changes are there in the color and the taste. That is not a problem. But main content is kept, main nutrients are kept in contact, so intact. So keeping all those intact, they go for the hybridization. Okay, right. Now please see this one, hybrid variety of cucumber. So small size cucumber we used to have, no very big size. Hmm? If you go to Bangalore, if you go to Mangalore or Malnad, so there we have very much bigger size cucumbers, where they are used for making very tasty sambar, okay, for the rice. So people consume a lot of rice because of sambar only. So when the sambar is very tasty out of pumpkin or cucumber, so they go for consumption of more of rice. So this is what hybrid variety of cucumber. You can eat raw, or you can go for curry, you can go for the sambar, etc. Hybrid varieties of snake beans and the papaya. See, see the height of the papaya. Huh? Earlier we used to have a tall, now it is small, small dwarf, small in size, but how many it is giving yield, you see. So yield is more, hmm? And the seeds are less inside. So all these are plus points of hybridization. See the normal beans with the snake beans, lengthier. Such beans we don't have in North Karnataka. So normal beans we have. If you want these beans, you have to go to Mangalore, where these are available. So they are growing from maybe from Hassan, Halebeedu, Belur. From that point it starts that more. Here also we get, because nowadays it is a globalization. So a lot of transportation is going on. So we can send, we can bring all those. But normally good one or the fresh one we get where they grow. So from Beluru, Halebeedu, Chikmagaluru, from that side till Mangaluru, Mysore, we get a snake beans From this also we can make a variety of curry and the sambar. Okay, right. So why I am saying all these, because today's topic of discussion is hybridization. So hybridization plays an important role in the biology also, agriculture also, and horticulture also, and in general it is called what, food chemistry or the biotechnology. So today's topic of discussion now, before you, it is hybridization. Okay. So the caption given for today's topic is describing bonding. It will describe about the nature of bonding. Okay. So that is known as what? Hybridization. So let us go. What are other words for hybridization? Okay. So there are many equivalent words. So maybe in the dictionary we get, or maybe there is a one book known as a science dictionary. So in that book we get equivalent words related to the science. So crossbreeding, cross interbreeding, hybridizing, crosses, conjugation, coupling, mixing. So many words are there which will tell about what, hybridization. Okay. So it is simply in the normal language, normal sense. So mixing. So definition. Okay. So in chemistry, especially with reference to chemistry only now. Okay. Other parts are removed. Now we confine only on chemistry subject. How hybridization is used or defined, understood in chemistry. Hmm? So it is defined as the intermixing of atomic orbitals. Here we are mixing atomic orbitals of almost same energy. Okay. So when the energy is same, so they mix well. If energy difference is too much, then very difficult to mix. Definitely no. So I can mix with my own age category people. I can mix well. Okay, I can mix with you also. So if I feel that Shivraj or our Ramalinga, so they have the similar thoughts. What I think, if those thoughts are there with them, so I think we can mix well. So we can become a not only a teacher student, we can go for a friendship also, like that. So it is a mixing. So in the same way, even in the chemistry also, when atomic orbitals have the same energy, not exactly, at least almost. Okay. So that you will come to know from the structure of atom chapter, where we learnt quantum number 3s, 3p, 3d, all belongs to same level, principal quantum number 3 only. So that time we take it as what, a same energy. And again in the structure of atom we learnt degenerate orbitals. So degeneracy starts from the 3p, and not only the 3p, p, d and f, where we have the suborbitals. In the s orbital we don't have the subdivision. S is the only one orbital. So there we don't have any degeneracy. Whereas in the case of p, there are 3 orbitals. In the d, 5. In the f, 7. So all those 7 orbitals of f, 5 orbitals of d, 3 orbitals of p, they are all degenerate, having same energy. So those, they mix very well. So for the hybridization, they take part effectively. So other orbitals also take part, provided they should have the same energy. That's why you want to see that it is defined as the intermixing of atomic orbitals of same atom having slightly different energies, so that they redistribute energy, resulting in the formation of new orbitals of equal energies and identical shape. That means after mixing 2 or more atomic orbitals, okay, so atomic orbitals means they have energy, some energy. Every orbital is associated with its energy. So when they are mixing, so that means we are mixing energy. So 2, 1.9, 1.8, 2.1, so one more 2. So all with the same energy they mix well, and divide by 2, average will get almost 1.758, like that. Okay. So like that. So 2 or more atomic orbitals of same or at least similar energy, if they come and mix well, okay, their energy are mixing. That means they go for a redistribution of energy, because ultimately in the nature it is the energy remains constant. Okay. So earlier we bring with some different energies of mixing orbitals. When they mix, so they form different orbitals. They are called as the hybrid atomic orbitals. They have equal, exactly equal energy and the same shape, identical shape. So before mixing and after mixing. Okay. So before mixing, they are not so stable, but after mixing, they go to the least energy state due to the distribution of water, redistribution of water energy. So they become normal or stable. That's why they want to undergo hybridization. And new orbitals formed are called hybrid orbitals, hybrid seeds, hybrid plant, hybrid orbitals in chemistry. So this phenomenon is called what? Hybridization. Then why do orbitals go for hybridization? What is the need? So everything in the chemical world ultimately boils down to energy. Whether we learn this chapter or that chapter or physics or chemistry or biology, arts, commerce, anything. So we will discuss only about the mass and energy. These are the two entities of universe. Okay, so somewhere mass is made, somewhere mass is destroyed, somewhere energy disappears, somewhere energy appears, but total energy, total mass of the universe is conserved. And this is popularly known in the science, the law of conservation of mass and the law of conservation of energy. Mass and energy, the two important entities of universe, are protected, conserved. Okay, so that's why ultimately here also in chemistry we deal with energy only. Whether it is thermodynamics, energy, equilibrium, energy, structure of atom, energy, periodic table, energy. So it is energy only. So that's why it is they want to go for such a energy where they are more stable. Okay, that's the purpose. Earlier also, according to Coastal Lewis theory, according to VBT, according to BSCPR, they also go for combine. But here, one more new concept is what? Hybridization. So because of hybridization, they will be in the least energy state, so that maximum stability is there. So that's why they want to go for what? Hybridization. So orbitals hybridize because doing so allows the resultant molecule to be lower in energy, already told, and therefore more stable than if the orbitals did not hybridize. You compare. So energy of the atomic orbitals before and after, it is proved experimentally, okay, long back, that hybrid atomic orbitals are having slightly lesser energy than the normal atomic orbitals before hybridization. That's why they want to go for hybridization. So what is the importance of hybridization? Why you want to learn? Okay, why it is introduced in the higher class? Hmm? So it explains the molecular structure of both organic and inorganic compounds or in general chemistry. Okay, so that means about the shape, about the structure, it explains very well. Therefore, we have to study. Results in more stable compounds. Okay, hybrid orbitals are more stable. So because we are getting more stable compounds, so we have to learn how it happens. Explains what happens to the atoms during bonding. Ah, so whenever bonding happens, no, during bonding, exactly what happens to the atoms? So are they going for what type of electronic transaction and what the shape is acquired? Okay, explains the bonding and the lone pair of electrons. So whether all electrons are made busy or only some are made busy and some are free. If it is free, what they do? So is it involved in the any additional bonding? So everything is explained by the hybridization in the VBT. So explains the formation of sigma and the pi bond. Sigma pi bond which is only from VBT, only from this area, only from this hybridization. Earlier theories they have never told about the sigma and the only bonding is there. That's all. But now we are going more clear, more deep inside the VBT. So it tells about the sigma and the pi bonding. Therefore, we have to learn, we have to understand, we have to apply in future the knowledge of this hybridization. Now, important conditions for hybridization, because everything matters conditions once again. Okay, so whether it is a bonding, whether it is hybridization, whether it is a approach, everything happens depend upon what conditions prevails. Okay, so best example I gave in our previous session was life is there on earth because of some favorable conditions. So it is the condition matters a lot. Okay, now what are the conditions for hybridization? Number one, the orbitals present in the valence shell of atom are hybridized. Here also valence electrons are most important. So those electrons are made busy in the hybridization. Inner electrons are supportive. Second condition, the orbitals undergoing hybridization should have almost equal energy. I told you, similar energy or almost equal energy, so easy to mix. That's the purpose. So the example I give was, so myself with Ramalinga, myself with Manjunath, or myself with other friends. So if they have the similar thoughts, I feel very comfortable with them. Okay. So if my thoughts and your thoughts are not matching, so then I feel reluctant. What how much I have to speak, I'll speak that much only. Limited speaking. Otherwise, I can speak freely with Ramalinga, freely with 12th class Vaishnav and Vika. So why? Because uh, their thoughts are very similar. So their waves, my waves match. So that's why. So we feel very free to speak, open heart, open mind, like that. So that's why here also energy is almost same. If it is equal, wonderful. Otherwise, at least close to equality, then they go for the hybridization or mixing, so that something new is formed. So something new idea is formed when we discuss together, like that. So third condition, promotion of electron is not essential condition prior to hybridization. Means what? Means sometimes using the valence electrons we can go for the hybridization. In some cases, what happens? We don't get a sufficient number of unpaired electrons, single electrons. So that time, what we will do? We will promote. We will send inner electrons to the higher orbitals, higher energy level. You go there. The empty space is there. So now you are paired. Become unpaired. Why how you have to become unpaired? Because I want more number of unpaired electrons. Because more number of chlorine are approaching, more number of fluorine are coming, more number of other atoms are coming. So for them, they require more number of unpaired electrons. But you have only less number of unpaired. You become unpaired. So for this purpose, sometimes what we will promote electrons from the lower energy level to the higher energy. That when it is required, okay. Otherwise, it is not the compulsory or essential condition. If already unpaired electrons are available in the valence shell, no problem. If depend upon a requirement, if the number of unpaired electrons are less, only few are available, I want more, that time I have to go for promotion. Okay, so promotion is one of the conditions, but it is not the essential condition. If it is required, we will promote, otherwise no. And the fourth and the final condition is what? It is not necessary that only half-filled orbitals participate in hybridization. In some cases, even filled orbitals of valence shell take part in hybridization. Okay. So what is half-filled? Unpaired. Ah. So same point he is saying in a different way. So not only the half-filled orbitals will take part in the hybridization, even filled also. So filled are converted into half-filled, unpaired, single. Then we go for the hybridization. Okay, all these are very beautiful conditions of what? Hybridization. Now, salient features of hybridization topic. The number of hybrid orbitals is equal to the number of the atomic orbitals that get hybridized. Means how many orbitals are ready for the hybridization? 2 or 3 or 4. So after mixing, same number of hybrid orbitals are formed. So number of atomic orbitals ready for hybridization is equal to the number of hybrid orbitals formed after the hybridization. So number of orbitals before and after remains the same. This is strictly in accordance with what? The law of conservation of energy. Okay, so energy before, energy after is the same. Atoms before, atoms after is the same. So atomic orbitals or the orbitals before and after is the same. Second, the hybridized orbitals are always equivalent in energy. This I already told. The hybrid orbitals are more effective in forming stable bonds than the pure atomic orbitals. So earlier we learnt only pure atomic orbitals, or the normal atomic orbitals are combining using the Lewis structure. But now, so these pure atomic orbitals are going for the hybridization. After hybridization, they become normal, stable. Then they go for the better what? Molecule formation, compound formation. So it is the hybrid orbitals are better than the normal. Therefore, they go for the hybridization. This already I made it clear. Okay. And the fourth feature, these hybrid orbitals are directed in space in some preferred direction to have minimum repulsion between electron pairs and thus a stable arrangement. That means what? After mixing, they go for a proper shape in such a way that same mantra, which mantra? Least repulsion, least energy, maximum stability, all that mantra is maintained. Lone pair less, bond pair more, or all bond pair, all that something shape is made. Stable shape is made, and that is the shape of a particular molecule. So therefore, the type of hybridization indicates the geometry of the molecules. So by knowing the type or the kind or the type of hybridization, so we can tell that, so this is the shape it is going to have. Okay, so because a lot of work is done in this area, so once we come to know the hybridization, aram se we can tell that, so this is this shape only. That we learn in the next sessions. Okay, right. See here. So now I have taken an example of what? SP hybridization. Okay, so one S and one P are mixing and going forward SP hybridization. To explain this SP hybridization, I have taken beryllium chloride as an example, because we have to take some example, then only it is easy to understand. Okay, right. So by taking beryllium chloride BeCl2, so let us understand what is SP, how it happens, SP hybridization. Okay, right. So beryllium atomic number 4, 1s2, 2s2. Okay, so 1s2 I have not taken here because 1s2 is inner. It will support only valence electrons, I told you, no. So valence electrons are busy in the bonding or the hybridization. Therefore, I have taken only the valence electrons, that is 2s2. So using the box diagram, I have written like this. So this is 2s orbital using the box. So this way of writing electronic configuration, that is called box diagram. Okay, so this one box is one orbital. Which orbital? I wrote at the bottom, 2s orbital. So how many electrons? 2 electrons. One with upward arrow mark, one with downward arrow mark, indicating that they are with opposite spin. Same spin will repel. Okay, again they go for the more energy and less stable. So always every orbital will have 2 electrons with opposite spin. This is strictly according to the Pauli's exclusion principle. Okay, right. So 2 orbitals with opposite spin in the 2s, and 2p is there. 2p because already principal quantum number 2 started. So 2s is filled, but 2p is khali. Okay. So but I want unpaired electrons, no. So here electrons are paired. Now that condition comes, no. So if unpaired electrons are there, no problem. If it is not there, please promote. Okay. So I am promoting one of the 2s electrons to the empty 2p. All are having same energy. So let it go anywhere. So one of the 2s electron will be promoted to the 2p orbital. Now this is what, after the promotion, after the excitation, after the jumping. Okay, so now new electronic configuration is what? It is 2s1, 2p1. Okay, now we have two unpaired electrons. Why I have to make two unpaired? Because beryllium chloride we have 2 chlorine atoms. So 2 chlorine will come with single electron. Okay, that's why 2 single electrons are required in the beryllium also. Now these two will go for mixing now. So one s orbital. Okay, so this is s orbital 1. This is one p orbital. So that means how many orbitals are going for the hybridization? 2 orbitals. One is s orbital, that is 2s. One is p orbital, that is 2p. So both are mixing here. Both are mixing here, and these two will remain empty. Okay, now this is s orbital, one s orbital. This is one p orbital. Okay, they are mixing. So they are mixing. Then these two will mix, and these two are what? Hybrid orbitals. These are called sp hybrid orbitals. Number of orbitals before hybridization 2. Number of hybrid orbitals after the hybridization 2. So before, after, same number is maintained. That is condition for hybridization. Okay, so now this is one sp hybrid orbital. This is another sp hybrid orbital. So what happened? They mix now once again. This chota, they mix. Okay, and this side is khali, no? It is khali. So from this side one chlorine comes, and from this side one chlorine comes, and this is the arrangement. Okay, so beryllium chloride, beryllium with the 2 sp hybrid atomic orbitals. Okay, then from one side chlorine with 1 electron comes, chlorine, one more chlorine with 1 electron comes. They make bonding. Stable BeCl2 linear structure. It is called linear. So whenever sp is there, definitely we will have linear structure. Okay. So I told by knowing the nature of hybridization, we can guess the shape. So sp means what? It is linear, 180 degrees. Okay, right. Now second is what? sp2 hybridization. Okay, here one s orbital and two p orbitals are mixing. For this, I have taken example of what? BF3 or BCl3. Okay, so boron trichloride, BCl3. So what is boron? Boron is atomic number 5. So 1s2, 2s2, 2p, 2p1. Excuse me, 1 minute. Something is happening. Just a minute. Thank you very much for being with me. Something, okay, is solved. Problem solved. Okay, right. So here the example I told was BCl3. So 3 chlorine are approaching the boron. So that means the boron should have 3 unpaired electrons. Let us see whether boron has 3 unpaired electrons or not. Okay. So boron I told 1s2, 2s2 and 2p1, because atomic number is 5, only 5 electrons are there. So here as usual I have not taken the 1s2, directly I have taken the valence electrons, that is 2s 2s2 and 2p1 anywhere. All the 2p orbitals are having a degeneracy, so you can write this one electron anywhere. Okay, right. So now only one unpaired, but 3 chlorine are there, so 2 more are required. So promotion is a must, though it is not an essential condition, but here it is required. Therefore, please make unpaired. Paired you make into unpaired. So for this you have to promote one of the 2s electrons to the empty 2p. Here 2 orbitals are khali, empty. So therefore for us there is no problem at all. If space is not available, then problem starts. So anyway space is available in the same principal quantum number, and the 2s 2p, they have almost the same equal energy. Therefore it is easy to shift electron from 2s to the 2p. Now the new electronic configuration is 2s1, 2px1, 2py1 and 2pz khali. 3 unpaired. 3 unpaired. So for these 3 unpaired, they undergo what? Mixing. So that means how many orbitals are mixing here? So one s orbital and one p orbital, one more p orbital. That means 2 p orbitals and one s orbital. So sp2. See, this 2 indicates what? 2 p orbitals are ready for the hybridization, and nothing is means one only. So one s. So one s orbital. One means not that one s orbital as per the above. One number of s orbitals one, and number of p orbitals are 2. So it is sp2. So in this way, sp2 hybrid orbitals they mix. So 3 unpaired are ready. Now to these three, chlorine will come with its electron. So chlorine you see it is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p5. How to write 3p5? 3p5 written as 3p2, 3p2, 3p1. 3px2, 3py2, 3pz1. So that one electron which is in 3pz will make a bond with this. So like that we require 3 chlorine. So 3 chlorine will come and make a bond with the hybrid atomic orbitals of the boron. So BCl3 is formed. Let us see. This is what? This is the shape. So this is 1s orbital. This is a 1s orbital and 2p orbitals. So 1s orbital of 2s and 2p orbitals of 2p. Okay, so they are mixing. After mixing, this is the shape. This is the shape. Okay, so number of atomic orbitals ready for hybridization 3. Number of orbitals formed after the hybridization 3 equal that maintain. Okay. So now all these three they mix, and this is the form at the bottom. This is called what? This is called sp2 hybrid atomic orbitals of boron. Triangular shape, equilateral triangle, triangular base, 180 degrees maintained. Okay, so this is called triangular that is formed. Now for one hybrid orbital of boron, one chlorine comes. For the second hybrid orbitals of boron, one more chlorine comes like that. So BCl3 is formed. Okay, right. So now we have to understand sp3. sp by taking the beryllium chloride, sp2 by taking the BCl3, now sp3. So one s orbital and 3 p orbitals are mixing. That is called sp3 hybridization. For this, the beautiful example, a very famous example, that is methane. When carbon tetrachloride is there, but the most beautiful example normally we take to explain sp3 hybridization is methane. So for the methane, it is the carbon undergoing the hybridization. Okay. So carbon atomic number 6. So it is 1s2, 2s2, 2p2. Hmm? So in the carbon only 2 unpaired electrons are there. So therefore, but for to make a methane, we want 4 hydrogen atoms. All those 4 hydrogen atoms will come with a single electron. So we have only 2 unpaired data. So we have to go for 2 more. Therefore, again promotion is a must here. So please promote one of the 2s electrons to the empty 2p here. Only one empty is there. So by sending one electron from 2s to 2p, now this is the new configuration. 1s2, 2s1, 2px1, 2py1, 2pz1. 4 unpaired. Tetravalency of carbon is explained in 10th class in this way. Okay, this already we learned in the 10th class. So now the same 10th class knowledge we are using for the hybridization. So 4 unpaired electrons are available now hybridization. So they will undergo now hybridization. So one s orbital, that is 2s, and the 3 p orbitals, that is 2px, 2py, 2pz, they are mixing. Okay, so this is one s orbital, that is 2s, and these are 3 p orbitals from 2p. They are mix. After mixing, form here. This is the courtesy from this website I have taken, because I felt very best shape to see, to visualize, because it's very difficult to see at the 10th and 11th class how it happens. By using the spectroscopical method only we can easily see the electronic clouds. But because there are some special websites available, so in the internet, so to make use of those websites, so I have taken this shape. Okay, so here, so these are called 4 sp3 hybrid atomic orbitals of carbon. Now they will mix. They mix and they will go for a proper geometry to know. So the proper geometry is this one now, right side. Okay. So this is called tetrahedral. Tetra 4, hedral corner, 4 cornered, 4 points structure. So this is called what? Tetrahedral structure, where 109.5 degrees is maintained. That is measured also already using the spectroscopical method. Okay. So bond length is measured, bond angle is measured, bond order is measured, bond enthalpy measured. All the bond parameters nowadays easy to measure using the spectroscopical methods in the higher class. Okay, right. So this is what, this is the sp3 hybridization of a carbon. Once again, number of atomic orbitals ready for the hybridization 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Number of hybrid orbitals formed after hybridization again 4. So condition maintained, and after condition they mix to go for a proper geometry. Geometry is what? Tetrahedral. Okay, now from this side one H will come, 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 totally 4 H will come, CH4. Tetrahedral structure for methane is formed because of what? sp3 hybridization. Now this is the hybridization of ammonia. What is ammonia? Central atom is nitrogen. Atomic number is what? Nitrogen. It is 7. So 1s2, 2s2, 2p3. So 2p3 I have taken here. 2p3, 2s2 and 2p3. Here what happens here? Here promotion is not required. Earlier promotion was required. Now promotion is not required. Why? Because in the ammonia formula is what? NH3. So nitrogen requires only 3 hydrogen atoms with a single electron. So already 3 unpaired are there in the nitrogen, no? So it is not required any promotion. So that's why they told in the features, promotion is not an essential condition. Okay, if it is required, you use it. Otherwise, it is not the essential condition for the hybridization. So here it is not required. So already 3 unpaired are there. So therefore, but this s orbital is there, no, as a supportive. So I will give support. So for the hybridization, so this one s orbital, that is 2s orbital, and 3 p orbitals, that is 2 p orbitals, they mix. This is called sp3. sp3 orbitals are formed. Okay, so after forming, so 3 are what totally how many orbitals ready for the hybridization? 4. How many are formed? 4. But out of 4, 3 are what? Hybrid atomic orbitals. This is also hybrid only, but this is a hybrid atomic orbital with a lone pair. That pair is supportive. Okay, so now what is the shape here? Shape is this one. Shape is this one. So I told you, know, one lone pair is there, that is will be supportive, and you can see this lone pair here. So 3 NH bond, these are sp3 what hybrid orbitals of nitrogen. One more sp3 is what? That is in the form of lone pair. Okay, so 107 angle is maintained. So if you join imaginary lines, it looks like a disturbed tetrahedral, because it is not like methane. In the methane all are bond pair, but here only is lone pair, you know. So that lone pair is giving some amount of repulsions. So it is not a perfect tetrahedral, it is a distorted, disturbed tetrahedral. Okay, right. Same way in water also. In water also it is same thing. It is same thing. So there are 2 lone pair are supportive, and 2 unpaired are made busy for the hybridization. So this is also a kind of sp3 only. So one s orbital and 2 p orbitals. Okay, right. So they will mix well. So they mix well and forms what? Forms the water. So please see here. So 2 unpaired are there here, 2 unpaired. So this is also highly disturbed tetrahedral. Actually, it is called as a bent structure. Okay, earlier we thought it is a linear. Now recent studies, spectroscopical studies says that it is a bent structure. Looks like a disturbed tetrahedral because of the more number of lone pair electrons. Okay, right. Yeah. Yeah, this is same thing repeated. Not repeated here. So now what we'll do? So the same hybridization I will extend to organic chemistry. So for this I require one more session, because my WebEx is telling me. So the meeting will end for all participants in just 2 minutes. So because timetable is already made, you know, to WebEx. So therefore, so I am going to wind up for today's session. So in the tomorrow session, many more examples for the hybridization. So till then, so please study today only. After listening to the today's session, go through the textbook and make your own notes. Okay. So thank you one and all.